Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and Cream, Cream and Muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
And that's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh. They said it can't be done.
We need to put a ban on Nutella.
You can't ban Nutella.
I'm banning Nutella.
No, that means you're banning Ferrero Rochers.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Are you cool with that?
Absolutely. You like Ferrero? Are you 97 years old?
What's wrong with Ferrero Rochers? It's like a nice crispy
No.
ball of Nutella.
Exactly. Here's my problem, and me and my wife share this problem. The reason we hate Nutella so very much. Now, we will bear some responsibility. It's on us for not assuming that it tastes like nuts, considering it's called Nutella,
yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Fair enough, right?
Are you complaining that peanut butter tastes of nuts?
I'm complaining that everywhere seems to think that Nutella is a direct replacement for chocolate sauce, which it is absolutely not.
You went for pancakes, didn't you?
Well, no, we're in Belgium, home of the fucking Belgian waffle. We're going around for things. And lots of them, because it's Belgium, they've
What's
got...
offensive about the hazelnut tint of Nutella?
You know what? If I wanted nutty chocolate spread, then that's what I would definitely go for. I don't want nutty chocolate spread. I don't think nuts and chocolate make too much of a good combination. I don't... Here's the thing, man. Nutty M&Ms are not as good as regular M&Ms, and regular M&Ms are fucking shit.
M&Ms are the most overrated shit. I think we covered this in Muggle Corner in like 2016.
Yeah.
That has got no right to have real estate unless
Pure
they're square.
marketing. Imagine if Coca-Cola actually tasted like dog shit. That's what M&M has managed to do.
They're pulling the wool over everyone's eyes.
It's remarkable.
I think if I remember me 7 years ago opinion, it's like having a double-decker store.
Hey, double-deckers are delicious.
They're fine. They're no one's first choice.
Fucking Ferrero Rocher is.
Dibs is for... huh?
Ferrero Rocher is.
It's not even in the same category.
Ferrero Rocher above a double-decker. Are you a psychopath?
No, I take a double-decker, but you're not offering us the two of the same things.
Explain.
You're offering us a sweet or a chocolate bar.
I don't...
Like a chocolate bar is way more substantial. It's like you're offering us. It's like, you know, when mate's mother would go, do you want a biscuit? And you're going in, expect a biscuit, and there's like Kit Kats and Rocky Robbins. You're like, fucking class, man. It's not a biscuit.
I imagine that's how
a chocolate bar. That
I imagine that's how a lot of like English kids feel when they go to a Scottish family, and the Scottish family go, "Do you want any juice?" And they're like, "I'm about to get some fucking apple juice," and then Iron Brew gets put in front of you.
That's not juice, that's pop.
It's juice for those.
I thought I was going to get diluted juice, and I got pop.
No. We'll see. That's
been upgraded. I've just been put in first class. I turned left.
For international listeners, I'm sure we've said this on the podcast before. In Scotland, juice just means any drink that isn't water. It covers apple juice, pineapple juice, fizzy juice.
We
don't squash, like the stuff, cordial, the thing that's diluting juice. That's juice that you dilute.
Yeah, diluted juice.
A very German way of naming it.
Do you call water council pop?
Kunzel juice.
Kunzel juice.
Kunzel juice.
That's good. Oh, you could do scheme juice as well. Oh, that sounds
scheme juice.
Rotten.
Scheme juice has come, I think.
Scheme juice. I got scheme juice all over me tits. Oh, no.
That's the working class version of soggy biscuit.
You got your scheme juice in me hair. Scheme pop.
Scheme pop.
Scheme pop sounds like a type of music.
It does, aye. Yeah. Our Scotland's answer to K-pop.
It's a bit techno-y.
Aye. Lots of music people got fingered to for the first time.
Aye, people MC over the top of it.
Here's a question for you.
Uh-huh.
You know how... You know when you're like a teenager, right? The most sexual thing in the world, the most, I guess, common sexual thing in the world, apart from like kissing and stuff, is when you're drinking. It's fingering, right? Mm-hmm. You get to finger a girl.
Yeah.
Do gay boys finger each other?
Like straight up the bum. First date, necking on in the park.
Well, I mean, how's it different to, or would they just?
Because they just have a rubbage, wouldn't they? Because like you're grabbing genitals. You're grabbing her by the pussy. Like, it's not a direct replacement. Fingering a butthole isn't a direct replacement from fingering it. The direct replacement would be like grabbing a cock.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I take your point.
Getting a fistful.
Yeah, because I guess
you're not going to wank them to completion. But like when we're doing fingering in the park, if we thought we were doing that at completion,
be waiting for the sun to come back up. The adults would find us and explain to us what to do. Well, yeah, I guess your point, because you're not, because as a straight boy, you're not fingering a girl's bum hole. Mm-hmm. I get you.
Yeah. I'm not just bypassing.
Nah. Don't bring the buys up.
Green gut.
I'd pass on every buy. I've definitely said this before. That is a type of prejudice I am completely and utterly fine with, right? I dislike homophobia. I dislike transphobia. You can say whatever you want to any of the fucking buys, and I'm not. I couldn't give a shit, man. I just do not believe that your suffering is even fucking comparable.
I tried to get a routine in about it in my last show. Is that like, you know, when you go LGBTQ plus, by saying B, the only part that you like get that is part of the struggle is the gay part of your bisexuality. The straight part of your bisexuality is just getting smuggled in there. You're smuggling straight into the struggle. The straight bit isn't part of the struggle, but I guess like you don't want to be labelled as gay if you're not. So that's why they're saying like, I'm bi. I struggle with people being homophobic, but I'm not gay. So there's that, but it does feel like that. Like it's gay on straight shoulders in a trench coat.
Yeah. It's also, I will also add, buys. I don't, I think you're cool. I have nothing against you. I just do not care about any of your
jealous
suffering.
of buys. I'd be bi. Yeah. Like if
I wouldn't be bi as a married man.
Like it doesn't matter to us now. Like it doesn't. That's why like. I find it strange. I mean, it's ignorance that I'm saying when I find it strange.
Yes.
Like, you know, when someone's bisexual and then they marry in a monogamous relationship and they still identify as bi, like, is that not like identifying, I guess it is, identifying as an alcoholic when you've quit alcohol. But I am an alcoholic, but I just don't drink anymore.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
So it's just like that. It's like I'm bi, but like I'm straight. I'm straight for the rest of my life.
Aye.
But I'm bi though.
But if you were to offer
like,
me...
If he tries anything... I'm eating pussy. I'm just putting it out there.
Look, I have committed to this cock for the rest of my life. But if I was in a bad place at a moment of weakness, and you were to offer me fresh gash, I don't think I'd be able to turn it down. Don't do it.
Oh, yeah.
Keep that away from me. Sorry, I can't. You're too beautiful. I can't.
But if you leave me.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah. I also think. What's the people who don't like sex at all? Is that asexuals?
Yes.
You don't get to be part of the LGBTQ community either, you lot. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. If you're not...
You're like the sexual version of people that call football the kicky ball thing.
Yeah, it's none of it's for you. Like, I don't think you get to identify with the queers because you're very grey. They're the rainbow. There's no grey in a rainbow.
Nah. You're the cloud that just moved so that we can see the rainbow.
No, not to be too horrible to like asexual, but man, if you don't want to fuck, you don't want to fuck.
They're just atheists.
But that's the thing. They're atheists that are like, please include me in all religious debates. And as an atheist, I'm like, don't include me in anywhere near you.
Even though I will have me 2 pennies from over here.
Aye. But I don't want to be part of your belief system. It's the lack of.
See, me saying that I'd like to have been...
I bet the LGBTs are fucking thrilled that we're having this conversation. I bet they're sat listening to this being like, thank God.
It's the voice that was needed.
About time. I've always wanted to know what these two poorly educated fucks thought about my life.
Well, you're in luck.
Yeah.
We're about to expand.
Aye. Not only that, we charged you for it. We've not put we've got
it mixed up. This one is the public episode.
Oh, is this the one?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
We're just ahead of ourselves. So you're getting this opinion. No, we need you to have this opinion. We would not put this behind a paywall. This is a gift to society.
Yeah.
Have I thought it through when I say I wish I was bisexual, right? Because when I was...
Do you wish you're bisexual?
When I was single, I would have considered it that... the discrimination of the homosexuality side of it aside, right? Just my personal end away, right? Options are way more open, and not just open, but open to people who are more likely to fuck us. I feel like gay dudes are way more likely to fuck me than straight women. If you want to do a poll,
yeah, because you're a fetish to gay men. Because you're like working class. You're a bit rough. You're scum.
Diamond in the rough. That's what you said, isn't it? Little diamond in the rough. Like rehabilitated chav. Scummy Batman, you called us.
I do call you Scummy Batman, but that's just with you. That's because of your innate sense of justice.
But on the good team. So I think I would be a lot more productive in my single life if I was bisexual. However, I cannot say that I wouldn't ruin some of my friendships.
Do you reckon?
No, I'll drunk and hold it.
Do you reckon?
Just fucking get one of these lads a pop.
Hold on. So you're telling me if you were bisexual, you would be the gay man that homophobic men fear exists? Like that stupid thing that straight men do when one of their gay friends comes out and be like, does that mean you fancy me? And they go, well, no. And you're like, oh, why not? What's
Well, I've never done that with any of my female friends.
I banged most of my female friends, so I know what I'd be like.
But like, I tend not to go on lasses holidays.
Aye, yeah.
Like if I went on a lasses holiday with my female friends, it might be awkward by the time we get back.
I mean, I think this is just us going back around to just say that even though we're both happily married, and I love Cara with all my heart, still do have an appreciation just for their service of regardless of gender. Sluts.
I've always been...
They're class.
I was going to say ambassador. Just say I'm one.
It's just...
Yeah, I really appreciate them.
Oh, man.
I don't even think it should even be considered slut shaming when it's something you should be absolutely proud of.
Oh, no, I'm absolutely fine with slut shaming. Like, because you can't shame me with it. You used to be a slut. I'm like, I absolutely used to be a slut. I had a lot of fun. A lot of good times when I was a slut.
Any shame? Come any shame?
Little bits, but that's just me. Like, man, I get...
my shame was probably with me, like, bragginess.
Yeah.
Like, showing off that I was, like, texting multiple lasses at one time or whatever, like...
Yes.
Yeah, when I'm in my 20s.
Yeah, my shame is similar. The shame of the callousness.
I think I was maybe a little bit, like, on the side of disrespectful to the girls involved.
Yeah, just not really taking all of their feelings into account and being sort of, not necessarily dismissers of...
Being a little bit number-driven.
Aye. Shallow.
As if I was, like clocking stats.
Aye. Yeah, very almost dehumanising, reducing the person to a number instead of what the best type of sluttery, which is, hey, we're both here to just fucking
saying
be
now that I'm woke, I'd be shite. I'd be absolutely shite.
Oh no, I think I was a pretty woke slut. Like I've no doubt I got things wrong, but like I think. I'd always been like, here's the deal. Like, I'm not looking for a relationship. Man, the entire
I feel like now it would just be like everything would like become almost relationship straight away if I was single now, because there'd be too much like involvement or something. Like I'd say them more than just like a booty call.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Can you be?
I think I'd be too kind.
Do you reckon you can...
Not too attached.
You can be a slut in your teens, though I don't recommend it, because that's when you're sort of discovering your body and your sexuality and what you like and stuff, and it's a very informative time of your life. And I know it doesn't feel like that when you're a teenager, because it's the first time that you're considered an adult, but as somebody who's 33 and barely considers them an adult now, 18-year-olds are not adults.
Nah.
They're just...
I think 18-year-olds aren't adults, and like lads in their 20s aren't adults. No. I think lasses grow up quick.
Yeah, because they have to, because we're childish fucks. Yeah. I don't imagine being a slut in your 30s is good fun, because I reckon, and excuse me if this is ignorance, surely you're just left with in your 30s, you're left with the dregs, right? In your 20s, you still got the people that are living their lives, experiencing the thing. They don't want to settle down until they're 30. When you're in your 40s, you've got the people who got married when they were late teens, early 20s, who are divorced and have got like a new lease on life. I reckon being a slut in your 40s, it's class. Yeah. I reckon that's like, fuck it. Who gives a shit? I reckon being a slut in your 30s is fucking trying to shop in Sainsbury's on day 2 of the COVID lockdown. Just everyone's panic bought.
Yeah, you're really creepy older guy if you're going out drinking. Like if you're trying to pull on nights out.
And maybe this isn't the case. And feel free. If there's any sluts in their 30 out there, please do email in, because like, in our group, we have friends who are single and friends who are in relationships. And when we were single, our friends would used to like live vicariously through us and like to hear the stories. I don't necessarily live vicariously through my friends who are single. I like hearing the story of both my female friends and my male friends' conquest when they're I'm like, fucking tell me about it, man. Like, I loved, it'd be like, just because you stop playing football doesn't mean you stop commentating on it.
Yeah, you still watch the game. Still shout at the telly.
Yeah. I like hearing all of the stories and shit. So if you're
one of our friends had a shite date the other night because the girl was identical to his ex.
Yeah.
We're getting a blow-by-blow account. He was like, I just got the bus home. There's no point. She's just dressed the same. Probably a perfectly sound girl, but he was just like, no, it's not what I'm after.
We have another friend of ours who was in a relationship for over a decade.
Oh, right? Yeah.
Didn't get engaged, which, by the way, and I know this might be a controversial opinion because I'm calling out a lot of friends here, utterly disrespectful.
It's only disrespectful if the both as a team like believe in marriage and then still don't do it. But like
people who don't believe in the institution of marriage stay together for 20 years. Agree, 100%. Yes.
I think there's couples out there, but there is couples that also believe in marriage and love a wedding that are just like, let's put it off a little bit longer. 10
years is fucking outright disrespectful.
Yeah, you haven't made your mind up yet, hey? You're still prospecting.
What's the...
I left mine 6 years.
Mm.
I was just swilling me cognac. Because I didn't feel like it was right to propose when I was in shit tons of debt and I wasn't in good shape. There was a spell when I was like, I can't offer her that. Do you want half of this debt and this good? So I was like, right, get yourself in a position where you feel like you're like offering something good for the rest of our life. And then I sorted myself out then proposed and then let myself go.
Man. Our friend who was in a relationship for over a decade, didn't get engaged, got out of his relationship of over a decade and stayed single for how many days?
Several days. That never
less than 14, which to me, if you're in a long-term relationship and you get out of a long-term relationship, my number one bit of advice, 1 year minimum.
1 year.
1 year minimum.
I met Natalie halfway through my 1 year and just like had to create distance and be
like,
I need this 1 year, otherwise there'll be resentment.
When you get out of a long-term relationship, so much of who you are wasn't necessarily dependent on the other person, but you were part of a couple. And over the years, like your interests intertwined in who you are, and you learned how to talk to each other, and then you eventually fell out of love or whatever. You need time to shed the bits of them and the couple you that you don't like anymore, and keep the bits that person helped you grow with. Because, getting out of a long-term relationship sucks, but you can still be grateful for the person for the positives, the growth that they fucking gave you. But you have to be single for at least a fucking year.
If you're still finding the ex's hair bubbles in your house,
oh man,
it's too soon.
Getting out of a 10-year relationship, and getting straight back into a relationship a month later is like getting out of prison after 16 years and stabbing the receptionist on the way out in the fucking neck. It's the dumbest thing I have ever... And also, by the way, if you've ever done this, I do not respect your new partner a single bit.
You're going to take all of the baggage that was in your last relationship that caused it to end, and you're just going to transplant that because you haven't unpacked it yet. Mm-hmm. You haven't fucking sorted any of that shit out that went wrong and just figured it out in your own head before you went into the next one. So you actually fucking just leaving your baggage at the next person's door. 2, it lights up that I've cheated on you beacon. It fucking looks like you already had your hand on that branch before you let go of the other one.
Excellent point.
And fucking like I've seen that a number of times when I'm like fucking you'd already lined your next
that was
nest.
A relay race. It was already in your fucking hand. You'd started running. And
if that's how your relationship starts, guess what, motherfucker? That's how it ends.
Aye. And again, I don't mind people who, like, if you're not a slut, I know we do a lot of slut praising here. I think for balance, we should also, hey, if you are asexual or you're somebody that's just like, in an ideal world, I'd like to find the person, I want to fuck for the rest of my life and be with them. That's a noble pursuit. And I fucking respect that. Zero respect for just cheating. I say this as someone. Have you cheated before?
Yeah,
we're obviously in previous relationships.
I have, yeah. So that's why, like, I try not to be too heavy-handed on people that day, because I've been in a position in my head where I didn't have the fucking balls to break up with her In fact, you know how mine went. I did break up with her,
Aye.
and she kind of just rejected the breakup, but I'd already made a decision in my head, and that's when it all felt like shit for me. So I stayed with her. I'm on the road a lot, and I should have just been a bit more heavy-handed with a breakup, instead of just like, I think we should.
I cheated once on an ex-girlfriend of mine.
And then broke up with her straight away.
I broke up with her the next day. I broke up with her the next day. Because the second, and don't be wrong, I was drunk, but again, being drunk is an excuse because a lot of the time it just brings out, it lowers your inhibitions, it brings out the deeper you. But that's what I realised. I'm like, even if I'm drunk and I'm willing to cheat on this person, I don't love them. Because, man, I have been steaming fucking drunk. I've been on heaps of fucking drugs, and I've been away from home for a long period of time, and I've had people throw themselves at me when I'm with Cara, and I'm like, no, thank you.
Aye.
Because it's
a non-negotiable.
It's a not.
It's like even no matter how drunk you get, you're not going to neck on with your dad.
Well, let's not. Hey, that's a bit heavy-handed.
No, I thought you said you wouldn't cheat.
It's not cheating if it's in the
Cheating on
family. Aye, and look, here's the thing. I felt immensely guilty for cheating. I didn't tell her that I cheated on her.
No, that's your burden. That's your cross to bear.
Why give somebody that insecurity for the rest of their fucking life?
Different damage their next relationship.
What a horrible thing to do to someone.
Get out of there, clean, cauterize that wound.
Yeah, and also, but you're already. If you've already been an arsehole, then go out of the. Don't be an arsehole to them, but break up with them. And if they fucking hate you because it seems out of nowhere, and they're like, I deserve more of an explanation. Not if my explanation is going to give you trust issues that you don't deserve, because me cheating on you had nothing to do with you. It was my insecurities, it was my fucking failings, and it was my lack of maturity or readiness for this relationship. And it would be very unfair to be, what does she have that I don't? Nothing. I was drunk and I don't love you.
It's awful. It's just like, if again touched you last, you deal with that. But
whoops.
My conscience is clear. I told you, and I broke up with you.
I was honest.
Yeah,
Honesty is the best problem.
And then just like walk away with a clear head, and she's just there going, right, I'll never trust anyone again in my life. Here's a bit of obvious advice. If you do break up with your partner, don't slag them off to your mates, then get back with them. That is a tale as old as time, because when you do that, your friends already fucking choose your camp because they're your mate. Even if you're fucking wrong half the time, they'll just fucking join in with your slagging.
Aye.
And they've already made the decision in their head. You might have got back with them, but your mates haven't. So now all of a sudden, like, you've just made it so none of your mates have got any respect for your boyfriend or your...
Yeah. If you break up with someone and then slag them off to your mates, and then get back together, you either have to break up with that person again or break up with your fucking mates.
Aye.
And if you're my mate and you get back with a fucking person that you've broken up with, nothing. Oh, maybe that's not true. 3 years. 3 years after you've been
You've
together.
got to pass a serious probation.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, because to be fair, I do know people who broke up because
Didn't slag them off though. Didn't.
Yeah, you're right.
Didn't slag them off.
Yeah, you're
right.
right.
Didn't lobby for support.
Yeah, they
Were
did.
deeply sad during the breakup. Realised like that they wanted to have another shot at it and got back. And they're exactly the people you're on about.
Yeah, you're right.
And we respected their relationship, and we were sad when they broke up and we were happy when they got back together. It's a completely different scenario to the fucking volatile nature of breaking up with someone, calling them all the names under the sun, getting back with them and still expecting them to get +1 invites to...
Aye, nonsense.
To shit.
Absolute fucking nonsense. Do you remember, just going back to... the day that I broke up with the girl that I cheated on. How much do you remember about that day?
It was at a house party.
No.
And you did it in a bush?
Oh, the cheating, yes. But I mean when This is an awful story which I don't come across well. And
The girl was one of your friends.
Man, even worse.
It goes back to what we were talking about before.
Even worse than this. I was so drunk, which doesn't excuse anything. I was always going to have sex with this person, probably, and I'm a bad person. For all of this, I accept this as one of the many, many failings I have had as a man in my life, and I talk about them and I laugh about them, not to boast about them and not to
But just because it's in the tapestry of your life, it's part of your past. I'm not going to pretend it didn't happen.
Part of growth is acknowledging like the bits. Like I'm not a perfect person. I also have no obligation to be a perfect person. But when I do grow and change, I have.
This is the small print that I always put on the bull run story. If ever I talk about the bull run and the ethics of it, I'll always like prefix it with that and go, but it did happen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about it.
Jean could clearly see, because me and Jean, when we were best friends, we had. She could see that my relationship was getting towards the end. Also, she didn't respect the relationship in the first place. She was like, you like this person because they're a really good person, but you're not in love with them and you don't want to be in a relationship with them. You want to be in a relationship with them.
And you're in quite a fledgling part of your career where like part of it is the attention you're getting.
And with this person, when I asked them out, even said to me, and this is again another reason why I'm a piece of shit, when I said, do you want to be my girlfriend? She was like, no, because you don't want a relationship. You just think you want a relationship because we've been having sex for a long period of time and your weird moral compass means... She's like, if you actually want a relationship, then I will head into a relationship. But you are not ready and do not want a relationship. And I was like, this bitch. 2 months later, I'm like, God, I did not want a relationship. Jesus, if only somebody'd warned me. Jean and my girlfriend, like, this fucking cunt.
Who tell them?
So Jean was like...
Just all the girls in your life going, we're trying to tell him how he was thinking.
Yeah. So Jean was like, break up with her and then live your fucking life. And I'm like, absolutely. She can see it in my eyes that night that, like, this other person is flirting with me. I'm flirting back. We're clearly drunk. Jean keeps following us from room to room because she's like, if I give you any fucking privacy, you're just going to do what you did. So we went outside and we panked in a bush.
So you just got some chloroform, drug Jean.
To be fair,
put her in the other bush.
To be fair, we didn't have sex. We kissed.
Just for the record, that wasn't Jean.
No. It wasn't Jean.
Just any chloroform Jean.
No. So me and this part, when I say cheat, I kissed, and I'm pretty sure like. I think like maybe got like a bit of a drunken hand job, blow job, fumble sort of thing. But kissing's still cheating. Mm-hmm. So next day, wake up, Jean rightfully fucking bollocks me, gives me a lecture on just how pathetic it was and how the opportunity to do the thing I wanted to do, there was a good way to do it. And I actively chose not to do the good way of doing it, which was a bad so I felt fucking bad. And I felt bad without the lecture. I was like, I'm going to break up with this person. I go along to break up with her. It's probably not, I mean, there's no perfect time to break up with someone ever. That's the thing. If you're thinking about breaking up with someone, by the way, just do it. Stop waiting for this perfect moment. There's no perfect time to pull the rug from underneath someone's feet.
There absolutely is. After Christmas, before Valentine's Day, the transfer window.
Yeah. No,
you haven't even got a holiday booked. You haven't booked your summer holiday yet. You've got Christmas out the way.
You can't smile through fucking. You can't accept gifts from someone you know you're going to dump in January. Sure.
Oh, I've spoiled them. Spoil them rotten.
Oh, okay.
Spoil them rotten, mate.
Why have you bought me 3 iPads?
Tinder.
Because I've got 5 using it like Minority Report. Getting ready for January, baby. Because here's the thing, there's 7 other people in relationships who I think are also going to get out in there in January. So I need to get in quick here.
Everyone's doing it. And then you're having like Christmas dinner with his family.
Mentally saying goodbye.
You don't know it's goodbye, but you do. Same as the dog when you take it down behind the tree.
It's like getting to go to your own funeral. You can't. You just mentally say goodbye to your partner's family.
Just enjoy your partner's mother's cooking one last time.
So I go in, I break up with her. It's an amicable enough breakup. It was very much her being like, I fucking told you didn't want a relationship. And me being like, I know, you should have fought harder.
Like, you're a weak woman.
I know, you're just
gaslighting her.
She was like, why didn't you just listen to me? I'm like, bitch, I'm explaining, okay? No. So
zip it. I'm mansplaining it there.
So it's amicable enough. I mean, we were both crying and both upset, and it was very much like me profusely apologising. And
It's such a sad time.
oh, it sucks, man. All breakups suck.
Totally suck.
Even the ones where you are able to like remain friends afterwards, the relationships that are really fucking healthy, and when you like get out of them, you look, there's still pain, it's still fucking, but like the other person helped you grow and they were a really important part of your life, and you don't resent them and you don't hate them. If you've got it, those relationships suck to get out of, because you're just like, man, you would be so perfect for anyone else, but after 4 years with you, it's not me. And like now that I've spent all this time getting to know you and you getting to know me, and we both love each other. We both love the person, but it's not those fucking suck shit. Because it must be easy to break up with a cheater. Be like, you know,
damage is done.
Is that maybe the counter argument from what we were saying earlier about not telling them the cheating?
Well, I think do you think if you break up with someone when the relationship's going well, like we both have, do you think that gives them trust issues as well? Because they now like see the relationship going well as a trigger. Like, am I delusional? Is this relationship not actually going well?
I don't. Well, it depends on depends how honest. Depends what the breakup's like.
Mine was fucked up because mine was our relationship was perfect when I worked at a leisure centre and we had our shifts. But when I started travelling, that wasn't the world she signed up for. Now it was the world she was in. And we would just become super incompatible, and I literally chose my career over her. That's what happened there. So I didn't think that would come with too much trust issue.
I tell you what I miss.
What?
I miss being a teenager. No, I don't miss it because I don't want to break up with Gareth.
I really miss being super awkward. Clumsy.
I miss being able to, you know, like, this is my opinion now as a married man who does not want to leave his wife, but I mean, just talking about breakups. I miss when you could just text someone you're dumped. That was class. What? I know it was callous, and I know we were all immature, and we didn't have the empathy required to be adults. And as a teenager, to get that text was awful. It's just like 2 words: "You're dumped." You're like, "Oh, because I'm fucking sick."
And then it's like
convenient, though, isn't it?
Your phone just fucking beeps, and it's like you've only got 9p credit, and the text message costs 12p.
I can't even say.
I need to get a £10 little scratch card from the shop.
I'm
not spending £10 to break up with me last time. I may as well stay with that.
At least until I get my free text back. Start the fucking dolphin package. So, me and this girl break up. I get into. I think I'd managed to like. We were like, it was like graceful crying. It was like acknowledging each other's emotions and like being fucking sad.
You think men can cry gracefully? You've got another thing coming.
I know. Yeah. I would love to, and we will get.
Oh, men can cry.
Yeah, absolutely. But whether it's gracefully,
don't think for a second you're doing it with grace.
Oh, you know, let's ask Cara if I cry gracefully, because she sees me cry minimum once a week.
I think you've cried disgracefully.
Yeah.
I've seen you cry a couple of times. Like, you're getting quite pink. You go blotchy. It's not just the tears. If you just had tears, you got this blotchy little fucking, looks like Jolinton's heat map.
See, I don't know if you get this with your wife, but when you phone them and they don't answer, and you're like, you are never not on your fucking phone. I don't know. I'm aware she's upstairs with her son.
Yeah, she might be having a nap with him. Natalie doesn't spend a great deal of time on her phone. She's like old school, old man.
I go through phases like that, and I love when I'm in that phase. Anyway, back to the original story, and you can talk about me crying here. I get to the car afterwards. I get into the car, and I feel like really guilty and awful. I've gone through a breakup, and I start blubbering in the car. Like, no real ones. Wait, man, it was all me. It was self-loathing tears. It was like, I hurt this person's feelings. They gave me alcohol. No, but you're awful me. Like, man, hurting someone's not a nice feel, at least not for me. Like, I don't take any.
Unless I've looked at you funny.
So I get in the car, I fucking start bawling. I phone Jean up. I think she'd just gone to Australia at this point, or she was away somewhere. And I phoned her up, and she was like, she was gutted she couldn't be there because we had a breakup tradition, which is whenever the other person broke up, the other person would come round to their house with 2 tubs
Ben
of
and
ice
Jerry's
cream.
over, have a foursome.
I mean, it was Ben and Jerry's. It was 2 bottles of wine, slankets, and we would watch Mean Girls, and it would be, and then afterwards, and we'd speak of the relationship, and we'd have a good long cry, and then the next morning when you were both hungover, the first thing you had to say to the other person, which was, "It's the rising of the phoenix," because the breakup had happened.
Jean Grey. From X-Men.
No, but sure. No, but sure. The spin-off of Yes, But Why? Yeah. Really shit improv. No, but sure. Not yes and. No, but okay. Yeah. I imagine that's most like gay dating is no, but fine.
Yeah. Who else?
Do you want to fuck?
Oh, everyone.
So Jean's on the phone and she's like, well, there's nothing I can do to make you feel better. Like, you're just going to fucking hate yourself. And I'm like, man, I'm just about to go back home. I'm like 24, I think, at this point. We're living together at this point. Mm-hmm. And I'm like,
you don't want to cry with me.
I do not want to cry with you. I do not want you
want some ice cream, get some brasses.
Eat the ice cream out their ass.
Just making it better. No, that's not Nutella, that's vanilla.
For those that might not know, brasses means sex worker. It's Cockney rhyming slang. Brass door, whore. Brasses.
Oh, don't make it sound bad.
Well, because here's the thing. Cockney rhyming slang doesn't work with sex workers, does it? Because it's too long. That's the problem with liberalism. Like spelling things out and being conscious of titles. Doesn't really lend... Berserker? Sex worker? Oh.
Twerker?
Oh.
You can't rhyme worker and twerker.
No,
it's like the same thing, isn't it?
A next berserker.
No. Nah, you kind of double barrel a
hex jerker?
Claim. Hex jerker.
Jerker? No, I mean, this is no.
That's just what it is.
Something burka, but I think that would be offensive. a Mex burka. Get a couple of Mex burkas round. Mexican Muslims. No, prostitutes. Oh man, entirely different. Thank God I didn't bring
the opposite.
Thank God I didn't bring round those sombrero wearing Muslims. The full niqab and a sombrero. Also made of tortillas, dipping into hummus on the top.
The Mexicans like, you needed a worker? Not that kind. Don't need the garden done. Man,
with the way again, I will get back to the breakup story. Are there Mexican Muslims?
Unalive.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I suggest no heavy-handed with the tolerance, but I don't think they are. Oh. Hey, you got more whiskey?
No, hold on. Hey, darling.
Hello, you phoned?
I did. Just a quick. You're on the podcast. Oh no!
Oh, is he as graceful as Daniel?
It's just a quick question.
It's exactly how you sound. You got your answer.
Have we just woken him up?
No, I woke him up, but he was pissed off. I woke him up.
Are you with Matty?
No, everything.
Are you at Matty's wedding?
Oh, poop.
Oh.
Class content, this.
You're making everyone on the podcast sad.
I know. Poor baby. And mate, just for context, he never normally cries.
You can't suck out his juice from the cup.
Scheme juice.
Cara, am I a graceful crier?
No, nobody's a graceful crier.
Okay. What do I look like when I cry? How do you feel when I cry?
I get uncomfortable when anyone cries.
How are you feeling now?
Very uncomfortable.
Here, I'll let you get back to the boy. I wanted to know.
Okay, it makes me uncomfortable, and you scrunch your face up.
I scrunch my. I scrunch my face up.
Yeah.
Is there any part of you that when you see me cry, because in my head, you're like, I'm so lucky that I married a man who shows his emotions. Is that true?
Because you cry over things that don't need to be cried at.
Give me an example.
Pick your battles.
You cry at movies that don't necessarily need you to have to.
I've cried at more Grey's Anatomy's episodes than you have, comfortably.
Yep. Kaylin, gave you a hug and you cried at that.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, you did.
Hey,
buddy boy.
Matthew, delete that. Delete that bit. Don't make people think he's cute.
All right, darling. Thank you. That's
Then I'm all can end on the cute one.
Dad.
Yeah. Hey, bud.
Pointing at the phone. Do you want to say hello? Say hi.
Hey, buddy boy. Did you have a good nap?
He was
You say hello?
very funny yesterday doing sound check.
Oh, God, yeah. We'll go and talk about this. Can you pass the phone back to Mum, dickhead?
I'm back.
Oh, right, back. Right, I'll see you in about 15 minutes when I'm upstairs.
Okay, bye.
Love you. Fucking never says it.
So you scrunch up your face when you're crying. You cry with like a leaky butthole.
An overfucked butthole. We'll talk about my son in a minute. Let's finish this goddamn fucking story. I then dry. Jean's not there. I don't have my fucking comfort blanket of a human being. I don't have my traditional we're a breakup thing. And I need somebody that I'm a very emotional person, and I need to let my emotions out. And where we were at our stage in fucking friendship, we were young fucking boys. I'm like, I can't fucking cry in front of this. I don't want to cry. I'd never. I don't think I'd seen you cry at this point. I think 24. Had your granddad died yet?
Nah, that was. Oh yeah, he had. But you know what? That was very I might have been just as we met. That was the winter after we met at the Fringe.
Are you sure?
2009.
Oh wow, okay. Because
Yeah.
I feel like I heard fucking. So mind you, I never got to meet him. That would make sense.
Unless it was my granda Harry, which was a bit later on. But anyway.
I'd never see you cry. I also, at this point, I'm like, this cunt doesn't. He's working class fucking Geordie. He's never seen anyone cry. And if he has seen anyone cry, it's either because he caused it or he beat them up afterwards.
You had a wake.
So the way our house used to be is the living room was downstairs and it was the furthest room away from the front door, which was brilliant because I knew Grand Theft Auto 5 had just come out. Mm-hmm. And I was like, we went to the midnight release. I'm like, he's definitely going to be in the living room just playing this fucking game. I can walk in, go to shower, and then go to bed and just claim I'm fucking tired or whatever, and I'll just not have to see him or I'll come back.
And was that tired on the release date of Grand Theft Auto?
No, what?
Something suspicious going on in this house.
I've got my big puffy red I've just cried face. I've spent 10 minutes in the car in the driveway just calming myself down, being you've just got to last 7 seconds between the front door and your bedroom without seeing cry, and just don't let him fucking see you cry. I can fucking do it. And I opened the door and you just got back from a run. I think I opened the door and you were hanging up your thing, and I see you, and instantly I remember the fear of you laughing or making fun of me or bullying me or any of this sort of fucking thing. I saw instant compassion in your face, which I was not expecting.
I picked you up.
Carried me back out the threshold, threw me into the bush and went, "Crimes for queers."
I'm like, green bin? No, grey bin. During cycle codes?
Why would you? Just kill him straight up.
Landfill.
And I remember bursting into tears because I wasn't expecting fucking compassion from you. And I think you knew what had happened. I think you had been able to just
yeah, because we would have talked about it.
Yeah, before I left, I think I made the decision. I said to you, I'm away to break up. I remember you gave me a big hug. I remember just crying for fucking I think 2 or 3 minutes. You didn't say anything. You just hugged me. It was very nice. And then you sort of went.
See, that's where you're glad I'm not bi.
Tears are lube. You're going to take advantage of
for
me?
3 minutes. You're just like, Kai, what's that?
A princess and the pea situation. I felt it through 3 layers. Why are you commando? Why are you commando?
One of us has men boxers.
And then like you were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And I think I said thanks. You didn't say anything else. You didn't like. I think I was really scared that you were gonna like make me fucking talk about it or something, because I didn't want to talk about it with you. I wanted to talk about it with Jean, because I was used to talking about my emotions with Jean. I wasn't used to talking about my emotions with you. I didn't think we were there at that time in our friendship, or at least I wasn't ready. And I went for a shower because nobody can see you cry in the shower.
I can fucking hear you.
Are you crying or just gargling that water? Jesus Christ! I'm in the shower crying. You just keep flushing the toilet and turning on the hot taps, playing me like a sad bagpipe from the other room.
I think I'm on the decks.
Empathy face to face, but DJing my sadness from the kitchen. And now we're going to make his arse drop. And I get out of the shower, I get into my gym jams. I think I come through, I think we smoke a joint. And you do the thing that women make fun of us for, but I actually think is a really good thing that men do, which is absolutely ignore the elephant in the room. Completely, I come back out. Right, you've held me in your arms while I cried for 4 minutes. You know, I went into the shower to cry. You heard me cry in the shower. I feel better. My emotions are out.
And I'm like, and I've just been for a run, but I've not run out for you. I was meant to be saving that for the weekend.
You got back in the cave just there, bud.
Oh, perfect timing.
So
there's a lane there for you on the bench, mate.
Man, I think that was it. I think what you said was, I would have rolled you a joint, but that would have just made you sadder. But do you want a joint? We rolled a joint, we went outside, and we did not talk about it at all. I didn't want to talk about it because I cried. I got the things out. It was processing. You know, yours was. We wanted to fucking smoke weed.
And you can switch characters on Grand Theft Auto 5. We had more things to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it was very, very fun. And then literally, and this is pathetic, and again, much like most of the story is awful.
Did I get it, by the way?
Yeah, you did. We're playing Grand Theft Auto. I can't remember what the line was, but I think it was just like a long bit of silence had gone on. We were just playing the game fucking stoned, and you just went, "Fuck you, cry like a bitch."
Like, let it go. Let it get past the moment.
3 hours had passed. Like, I was completely back to normal.
I needed to get past that point where the comment would have made you cry again.
Yeah. Man, it's
Let it mellow.
It's what I say is that if you speak to anyone who's grieved, they will always be able to tell you the first time they laughed after the bereavement, the thing had happened. You know, it's such an important moment in any sad thing. The first time you're able to laugh after sadness it's phoenix-like. It's laughing in the face of death. It's pure power. And the timing of it is crucial. Because if you imagine you'd brought that line forward 3 hours.
Oh yeah, I waited in the shower. You think you lock this, did you? You got like a bitch, by the way.
Yeah, you did lock it, but unlike you, I'm a man and I can unscrew things toots.
I just come to check. I thought you were dying. Sounded like you're dying of acid. Not the good kind.
I think I've seen... Right, hold on, let's go through our friends. Who have you seen cry? You've obviously seen me cry.
I saw Elliot cry when Colombia equalised.
and you saw Elliot cry when Messi lifted the World Cup.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he cried then.
Aye.
Have you seen Cullen cry?
Uh-huh.
Aye.
Snowboarding.
Just scared.
Aye, scared. I won't divulge why I saw Colin cry. A lot of these are probably going to be like, yes, I have, not telling you.
Yeah. I've seen Cullen cry. I've cried with Cullen because when Ray died, we were both. I mean, he's told this story so many times, but like, man, when Cara gave me the job of going down to tell Cullen that Ray was dying, and I'm outside, I'm composing myself. I'm like, I'm just going to go and tell him, and I walk in and nothing comes out of my mouth. I walk in and I go, I'm like, go in, hey, Ryan, sorry to wake you up. Ray is ill. We think it's the end. We're going to take her to the vet. Would you like to come?
Ray's
Hi,
cat.
Ryan. I know it's early. We think Ray's dying. Do you think you'd be ready to go to the vet? Okay. Hey, Ryan. I know it's early. Do you think? Walk in. And I went. And he went, is Ray dying? And I went.
And then he just started trembling.
Aye. I tell you what. I've not seen Nelson cry.
Ooh, there's a real man.
The cunt's got depression. How come I've never seen him fucking cry? He's the most depressed of all of our friends.
Can I tell you of one of the million times I saw Milo McKim cry?
Yeah, go on.
Like, he's probably the man I've seen cry the most.
Milo's like me in the fact Milo cries at adverts, Milo cries at TV. Milo would cry if one of his daughters shared something with the other daughter. That type of...
This is when I saw Milo cry that made me laugh the most. We're all on pills, we're in Benidorm, we're on a beach, and there's just like a couple of lasses who are on holiday that are just chatting away to her, and they're young lasses, like in their early 20s or something, right? And then they're like Milo had been chatting away to one of them very fatherly, right? And then like they'd wandered off.
Oh yeah, none of this was like in a flirting way.
Not at all.
You, me, and our other friends are on so much ecstasy that I'm just dragging us into the sea constantly because when I'm on pills,
and there's other people on the beach and we're being friendly. Like, I'm with Natalie at the time, right? And these lasses were just like in my group in a safe place, chatting to lads that are nice, right? And then they left, and Milo just welled up and started crying, and he was like. She was just talking to me about her dad. And I just really hope that when Anae grows up, because he just had one baby at the time, right? It's like, I hope when Anae grows up, she grows up to be just like her. She's crying. It was so emotional. I went, what? That lass having a piss by the pedalo? She's fucking squatting. It's one of my favourite moments.
The young woman who just spent 2 hours talking to a pilled up 40-year-old. All right, man. That's some fucking low standards. I think she will leap over.
I think she'll be all right. I think she'll make you proud.
I think she'll exceed your expectations.
It was so funny. That was the moment he cried because he hadn't spotted. What the hell were they? What they pissing at our feet?
Gareth Was's show this year was about him and his inability to cry and his unwillingness to cry. And I know he has cried because he cried at one of the many episodes of Bluey that I've cried at. I've not seen Barry cry.
Barry Cryer?
That's someone else. Easy mistake to make.
Have I seen Barry cry? If I have, I've deleted it.
Aye. And that's not to say Barry. Just to clarify, these people have not seen cry. These aren't people who are like. If in a crisis, I would phone Barry. Barry would be someone. If I needed to talk about something emotional, he would be one of my first to go to. He's a fucking. But he's just more of a man than me. He doesn't cry.
Aye. Matthew Canning, Matty the Pincer. I have seen him bawl like an absolute, like an infant having a tantrum.
It's weird.
It was hilarious.
Have you ever seen him cry any other time from that? Have you ever seen? I'm sure I've asked you this before. Have you ever seen your dad cry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye, it's few and far between, but yeah, it's usually like a deeply sad moment.
Yeah.
He doesn't just throw tears around willy nilly.
No. It's notable.
It's grief. Yeah.
Aye, okay, fair enough.
Who else? Seen Tom Horton cry. Usually for effect.
I don't know if I've seen Tom cry. And I think I've only seen you cry twice. I think
I cried. I cried when they surprised us with Cian. Once he survived his
cancer,
and he'd had the treatment that the community of Blythe and the comedy industry like played a big part in raising the money for his treatment in America. And when he come out the other end of that, and like I'd done a show about it, and then like they brought him on stage, I was probably overwhelmed that day.
Yeah.
I was very, very close to tears when Newcastle got into the Champions League. But I was on a massive come down from your wedding.
That's why I was really that's why I was saying the fact that I haven't seen Nelson cry. I was with him when Scotland qualified for the Euros for the first time in fucking 20 years. I'm trying to remember if he cried then. He might, but we were just
he was like diabolical. He was throwing himself around the room. He was like instigating the pile-on. Luckily, he was one of the first ones on it. Otherwise, we'd all be dead.
Before we wrap up, I was thinking about what you said on the other podcast when we were talking about, like, you know, praying, the atheist alternative, just being like practicing gratitude. And I didn't chew you out for a bit. I was just like, well, you know, I do practice gratitude. I'll be grateful at the end of this podcast, because today was one of the days where, like, I got to walk around Antwerp with my family. We're staying in a really, really nice hotel. I'm still making money while bringing my family over to these things. I got to take my son to like an indoor play park today where like these two Flemish kids who didn't speak a fucking lick of English were like really good with them, and he's chasing them around and they were chasing him around, and like, and I've got a show tonight and I'm not stressed. I'm not thinking about fucking anything.
Sold well, so you're not worried about tickets.
No, I'm just in such a really... Oh, man, I got to tell you, these two fucking Flemish kids, right? One of them, well, obviously both Belgium. One was just a little fucking white boy, and the other one was like a little Muslim boy, and I only worked out because his mum was in a... Is it a niqab's the full thing?
I don't know. I think I would know.
Sleeping with the enemy? Trojan horse? Well, what else are you doing it for? We got to work out what makes them click. Not tick.
Not tick. What makes them click? Good save.
The two little Belgian boys speaking Flemish and trying to talk to me, and me being like, man, I don't speak a lick of your language, and I know that's not fair because I'm in your country, but, you know, I don't understand what you're saying. My boy isn't going to understand what you say. These two kids would constantly, while running around, just yell, and these are 4 and 6 years old, I'm going to say, just yell Jesus fucking Christ in English. Jesus fucking Christ, and what the fuck? It's just what they're yelling while they chase my son.
Because the little Muslim boy was running around saying Allah Akbar, which means God is great. And they're like... Just say it in English. Just say it in English. What's it in English, mummy?
Yeah. Well, man, that is what me and Karen were discussing, because I found it hysterical. Man, you know me. I love swearing. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. Like, to hear two little kids chasing my son while my son is screaming with laughter. He's having the time of his life. And then they catch him, and Caelan turns around and he chases them for a bit. And these two kids who can outrun him at an astronomical pace, being chased by this small person going, Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck? I am crying with laughter in this fucking... And Karen's like, are they saying Jesus fucking Christ? I'm like, yes, they got... Maybe it is the fact... Maybe it's like, sacre bleu, like, or you're merde, like you're just allowed to swear in another language because your parents either don't know or don't care.
Pardon me, French.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm having a fucking great day. And also, I gotta go on record. Ghent, I love Belgium. I love all of Belgium. I love gigging here. Ghent is the most beautiful city in Belgium. And that's nonsense.
Oh, wait a minute. We haven't been to Bruges.
We haven't been to Bruges.
I was tempted to go today because we're not that far away and we'll never go, and I had a full day here. And I just done that thing where you just become a hotel urchin. You just use the hotel gym and get some work done on your laptop, and you don't really do any sightseeing. Yeah, which I don't think's the right thing to do. But like, we've travelled so much,
and also this is our 7th time in Antwerp.
We should pop into Bruges. It's just our there.
Yeah, but not on a show day.
Nah, that's true.
I guess it's just like to be at this stage in our career where I'm able to bring family out, which makes touring so much easier for me. And don't get me wrong, I'm better now with touring in terms of like eating well and going to the gym, and when I'm away from my family, understanding that my mental health deteriorates, so I do more positive things to make my mental health better. Being able to bring them out and still make cash, and
Yeah, it's not just sustenance.
Nah, what a fucking blessing! Like it's mad to get to share this life with.
So you're practicing gratitude today.
Aye, and also asking why your wife's not here.
Yeah, she was like, "Where was my invite?" It's midweek. I'm not even at graft.
Nah.
I didn't think I had. The Cara started giving a stank for that. Like, why didn't you invite Natalie? I'm like, I don't need to invite Natalie anywhere. She's always invited.
I know.
I don't think I don't need to roll that out.
No, but it is nice to be asked. Hey, you would much rather Natalie went, "Hey, do you want a blowjob?" than have to ask Natalie for a blowjob.
Aye, that's true. As long as I get one, it's the same thing.
I know.
Now it's it.
But so it's yeah. I'm sure Natalie would say, like, he doesn't, he's always allowed a blowjob. I love him, of course. If you want a blowjob, you get a fucking blow. But you're like, I don't want to ask for a fucking blowjob.
That's something else I've got to be mindful of now, is like looking out for the things to invite. Because I want it to be an Almy trips.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's the picking of, and a lot of it should be like giving her the tour thing and being like, which of these places would you like to come to? Like, which of these is?
And you know what I said?
But it's also a different experience. Like,
I was going to as well. I was like, you're not really missing out a great deal because we're like traveling to and from gigs each day and stuff. Like, so you're not. But then again, when you were saying like Cara staying at the hotel tonight with Kaylin, just so that you get a regular bedtime and stuff, like that means, like if Natalie was here, she wouldn't have to be to and from the gigs because they would just do their own thing. They would just act like the gigs weren't happening and have had like a 3-day weekend break in Belgium that we are there throughout the day and gone in the evening. So yeah, it really would have worked.
Yeah.
I think I do have to be more mindful of that.
Anyway, I am very grateful for our fans. I'm very grateful for our Belgium audiences, which have consistently always been good. It's been such a fun market to develop here, like to go from playing fucking...
And shout out to the 10-year veterans that have been coming since gig
Nine.
number one. You know what? With Anne and Lenny,
Aye.
they'd been to Brighton in 2013.
Oh, there you
So
go.
they consider it to be 10 years of coming to our shows.
Aye.
But then since we started coming to Belgium, they stopped coming through to the UK.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm very grateful to all of our fans who allow me to, because I'm very aware the careers comes in like highs and lows and ebbs and flows, and I'll probably not be this successful forever, and that's fine because I was this successful for a period of time, and that's a blessing. But do keep it going. Mm-hmm. Keep it going for as long as you. I accept and I acknowledge that it has to stop at some point. But if you could really help me overstay my welcome in the realm of success, that'd be class.
And if you sign up to our Patreon, that makes it a lot easier for it to get our.
Are you turning my fucking gratitude into a mutt? You horrible, rotten bastard.
That's what you were doing, wasn't it?
No, it was not. I was being genuinely grateful.
I was like, oh yeah, we're going. He's getting them to sign up to Patreon. I might not always be here, so like and subscribe. You
bag of shit. But you should like and subscribe.
Nah, for your benefit, because you get loads of extra episodes.
Aye. Right, I'm going to go get ready for our final gig in Brussels.
Bye.